So I know a lot of people want to know about trucking, you know. Now, before I get to the title of the video, which as you can see how much it say, I'm gonna run a couple things down. Plus, I'm gonna get out the truck this time, you know. I'm about to go ahead and show you, like, literally, I'm 6'5". I'm standing up, and this truck got 2 steps. So basically, a lot of people want to know, how do you get your CDLs? Who do you go through? And, you know, how much would it cost if you do it in private? Honestly, to be honest with you, I got mine through a company that trained me as well. Basically, they put me in a contract and said that contract was like stay with us for 10 months after you get your license, and you don't got to pay for your license. Otherwise, if you leave, then you owe us $10,000. You know, that sounds like a challenge to me. So that's what I did. Truthfully, honestly, I left the company 3 times I was with. I'm just gonna go ahead and say their names. It's CRST. Can't remember entertainment. No, I'm playing with you. But CRST, I started off with them in 2017. I got my license. From what I remember, they had day school, they had training school, and then they had night school at one point in time. My class was the last class to learn how to do stick shift. So I don't got no restriction on my license. I've been through a lot within these truck companies, and truly and honestly, the person that I'm driving for right now, best company I ever worked for. They actually care about you. They care about your well-being. You know, they say good morning to you. How are you? You know, need anything? Like, you know, little certain things that I notice other companies don't really ask and do. They don't care as long as you're making the money. Okay, let's be real. But the steps I took, I found a company, went to them. They trained me, taking a test. So there's 3 tests you got to take. It's the combination test. No, wait. Let me start from the top. It's the general knowledge test, which is about 90 questions. Then you got your combination, and then you got your air brakes. You start with those 3 tests first. You know, if you got a local DMV, whatever, go and grab a book, read up on that. It got all the answers in there for you, truthfully and honestly. You know, you got to do a lot of research. I didn't get into trucking to really fail. I knew it was the biggest moment of achievement in my life. So I know everybody be like, oh yeah, you know, you do trucking, you can make a lot of money. That's true to a certain extent. I'm gonna break down where I was at when I originally started, how much I made, and where am I at now. So first you take your 3 tests. Then you go to the DMV, you take the test on their computer. Then after that, you know, they give you a driving test. If you could drive good, you're golden. But that's the last step, honestly. The first step is to see, can you bag up? If you could bag in a straight line, you're good. They give you like 2 pull-ups. Pull-ups are basically like the truck and trailer. If you're like curve and stuff, you gotta try to make it, you only allowed to pull up, like little certain things like that. One day I'm gonna buy a toy truck so I can actually really demonstrate and show you exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, you only get like 2 times to back all the way up and stuff. Sometimes, like, if I'm looking in my mirror and I'm backing up, the truck itself is sometimes be like trying to curve off, and you got to just follow it, ease up to it. You know, real life crazy stuff to it. That's one thing. The second thing is, you know, you got to do a 90-degree angle turn and get into a park without hitting cones. that's a little challenging if you first starting off. Then your last step, which is what I was saying earlier, which is driving. You do your driving good, boom, get your license. Okay, now you got your license. Now, you could either stay with the company, and truly they try to scare you. Oh, no other company's gonna hire you if you leave. They put in your credit. They do put in your credit. They put $10,000 on my credit. And like I said, I quit with that company 3 different times. The first time, I only was seeing 25 cents a mile because they had this thing called per diem. Per diem, from what I was explained, was basically is less taxes at the end of the year. That don't make no sense. But I was also allowed to get loans and stuff through the week if I need for food or whatever I need money for. Okay, so that's what I did. Now, my other thing is what I did personally was like, nah, take me out per diem. So then I was supposed to be seeing like 33 cents a mile and stuff. That's not a lot at all. If you really add it up, and then they do zip code to zip code. So if you really add those zip codes up and then, times that by 33 cents, you will see. So it ain't really that much, truly. Let me see. After I left there and paid that off, I went to work with this one guy. Now, this one guy, he had me and my co-driver go from, where did we go? From Chicago to New York. My co-driver, he's still my friend to this day and stuff. If he see this video though, he gonna laugh a little bit. Basically what happened was we went through a whole hell of a day. We get to New York. We didn't have no truck GPS, and that's one thing you're going to need is a truck GPS to get you in and out of New York. Oh my gosh. We driving on roads that trucks not allowed to be on. I almost took down a tunnel. He almost took down a whole train track. We hit a car. Well, I'm gonna just say we hit a car, got up out of there, and was never, got caught about that. The guy that hired us, we didn't do no paperwork, no nothing. We just went. Now, did we get paid with him? He didn't even pay us. So it is what it is. It's a messed up situation. People that seen the hit, they was like, well, get up out of here. Go, 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 go. So we left. So we don't know what happened. It is what it is. We made it back to Connecticut. And then we spent the day in the hotel. Then we made it back to Chicago. And then we messed his truck up. Then we got up out of there. And then I ain't never talked to the man ever again, which was the person that we was working for. So then, fast forward, I stopped trucking. Then I went and tried to do some other stuff. I got into the airport, but that's a different story. But fast forward, then I get back into trucking, thinking that, I'm about to try to make some money. I'm about to try to do something different. Every time I came to trucking, I did something different, totally different. So I'll give you my experience before I talk about the pay. So my first time of getting into trucking, I told you what happened. Now, my second time of coming back to trucking, I was trying to learn this thing called lease purchase / it's like almost an owner operator, and I didn't know what I was doing in anything that I'm doing, honestly. I tried researching, tried to understand it, but it really wasn't happening. So then I met a guy that actually knew exactly how to make good money. Now, he was able to like get 5 to 6 trucks, leased out in his name and stuff. He had his own company within the company. So he hired me, a couple people I know, and then, we was doing our big one. Truthfully, at this time, I was seeing about 5 to 6 racks, $6,000 every week. Every week, every Friday, it was payday. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I should have been more more strict, more, what I want to say, more stingy in a sense, but I wasn't. And that was my fault. So that was the second time I came into trucking. So I left. So now I stopped trucking because I wasn't making no money for real. So then I tried to go home and make try to do, see if I could make the same equivalent that I'm doing out here on the road. That wasn't happening. So now my big plan was to come back to learn another route, which is called step deck, or some people say flatbed. Those are two different trailers. Now, I could get out and really show you the flatbed. As far as the step deck, they don't got it on the yard. Now, I'm gonna break down each one of these trailers to you. So I'm gonna turn it this way. So this trailer right here, I can't see, I ain't gonna lie to you. The sun is too hot. Sun is woo. So this right here, anytime they got a back piece like this is called a refrigerator. So this is a reefer trailer. There's probably more, but this is all I know so far. So a reefer, this trailer right here is called a dry van. Dry van don't got that little mini piece. And then this is called a flatbed. And then like a flatbed, there's also a little step up there. It's called a step deck. Now, that's how you could tell the difference of each trailer. Woo-wee, that sun is out here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay. So what y'all all been coming to, talk about, pay. So, yes, you do get paid every week in trucking. Certain things that they don't tell you is company drivers. Some companies that's big, they'll give you a W-2. A lot of companies that you work for, they are strictly 1099, which means you work with a company that do 1099, they keep the gas receipts, you don't get to claim that on your taxes. Anything that you buy, anything that you eat, you could do car notes, you could do whatever you have that's expenses towards your business, which in trucking, you can use any of that. That's how you do your taxes. But the most I made on the road was $7,200. That's a lot of money in 1 week. Now that's with a team. If you do solo, your highest that you could probably make in a solo would be close to $3,000, $4,000. That's only if you work hard. Now, truly, is it worth it? Yes. Even if you don't see $2,000 to $3,000, $4,000 a week, anything over $1,000, you're in the clear. You're good. Most people, I came out here on the road to make da 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 da. Yeah, it's true enough. Sometimes the company goes down because there's not enough freight, and that's okay. Not really okay, but it is what it is. What can you do? But my whole way of thinking and process is, if you want to get into trucking and stuff, comment down below. I can help you, gather all the information that you're going to need to get to that source. There is a lot of ways where you could do it yourself. They really do charge about $10,000 because, private people and stuff. But once I form an alliance to where we could get our own truck, our own trailer, we're probably going to need about like 3 trailers and like 3 trucks. Not to train, but like 2 on the road and 1 so we could help people learn how to drive a truck and get that. I mean, there's a lot of info that we got to go through. DOT number, EIN number, all type of things. just so, you know, the truck is safe and we're able to go ahead and do that. So without further ado, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part in this video. I really, I'm hot, I'm tired. But I really want to say this as well. Thank you to all my subscribers. I'm at 1.03 subscribers. I couldn't do this without y'all. I appreciate it. You know, I know that a lot of this is because of the shorts I post and how I post them, but I really rock with each and last one of y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you. Share these videos with everybody that y'all know. You know, I need to get these watch times to get up there. And you know who it is. Oso, and we is out.